Good evening. It tops our news at 6. The chief, Howard Smith, wasn't the only key investigator called as a witness today.
Yeah, we also heard from the medical examiner who determined the 14-year-old's cause of death.
Now, the question is whether they did anything to help or hurt the case against James Van Callis. He's the man charged with April's murder. Our Priya Mann joins us live. She's in Mount Clemens tonight with today's developments. Good evening, Priya.
Good evening, Carmen. The medical examiner testified that the person who killed April Millsap stepped on her throat, cutting off the girl's air supply. Now, there were tread patterns from a pair of shoes found all over the girl's body. The jury today shown graphic autopsy photos. Those photos were shielded from the public and the media, but take a listen to what the medical examiner had to say.
These types of injuries are the types of injuries that I see in very high impact accidents.
The medical examiner ruled April Millsap's death a homicide by asphyxiation and blunt force trauma. Millsap had 23 bruises on her head, 11 abrasions on her neck, and more than a dozen internal injuries. The teen's brain hemorrhaged during the attack.
This is not an injury that would be caused by a slap or even a punch.
The medical examiner said the victim's injuries could have been caused by a motorcycle helmet. The defense argued there was no physical evidence found on James Van Callis's helmet that links him to the murder.
Would you have expected that once some blood got on that helmet, some hair, a leaf, something else, a skin cell, something may have stuck to that blood, correct?
For a period of time, yes, unless the helmet was washed.
The 14-year-old Armada girl was killed in July 2014 while out walking her dog. Police received more than 1,000 tips. Armada Police Chief Howard Smith said a few tips mentioned the defendant, James Van Callis.
There was probably a couple, three, with regards to the composite. I know there was one from a neighbor that called with regards to the motorcycle.
Now, the defense argued that a few eyewitnesses tweaked their suspect descriptions after seeing pictures of Van Callis in the media. The trial resumes tomorrow. Reporting live from Mount Clemens, I'm Priya Mann.
So, Priya, who can we expect to hear from on the witness stand on Wednesday?
Well, we will hear from eyewitnesses who were on the trail the day April Millsap was killed, and we'll also hear from a homeowner who lives in that area. He has security cameras installed. Prosecutors say those cameras recorded a person on a motorcycle leaving that area shortly after April Millsap was killed. So that will happen tomorrow, starting at 11.
All right, we'll stay on top of it. Our Priya Mann reporting for us live.